It's Judy here. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing these highlighters from DAISO with these Mildliners from Zebra. Now, if you follow any stationery or study accounts on Instagram or Tumblr or any form of the internet, you've probably seen the Mildliners before. However, these are a bit different. So I was visiting DAISO, and for those of you who don't know, DAISO is essentially a dollar store from Japan. So they sell lots of high quality and cute products for a cheap price. They're also pretty much my favorite store on the planet. They even sell sponges shaped like bread. I mean, what could be better than that? Now, the most distinct difference between these two brands is their price. Zebra Mildliners in a pack like this will cost around $10, while these highlighters were $1.50 a pack. So today I'm going to unbox both of them and see if there's a difference. So I'm going to start by unboxing the Mildliners. And I'm gonna pick some colors that are the most similar to the ones from DAISO. So it looks like this red is pretty similar, as well as a mustardy yellow color. There's a green. This blue I think is most similar to this one, and gray. And for the pastel pack, we have a pink, an orange, I've started off by grouping the Zebra Mildliners in a way that I think is closest to the DAISO replicas. So the first thing we can take a look at is the packaging. Now, one thing I really like about the little 5-packs of the Zebra Mildliners is you can store them in your pencil case like this, and they'll never get disorganized or messy. You don't need to bind them together with a rubber band because they stay nice and organized. With the packaging from DAISO, on the other hand, I guess you could reuse it because it does have this little sticky flap. So if we go ahead and open these, you could use this as a pocket to keep them together, I suppose. But I definitely do prefer the little slot of the Zebra Mildliner package. But then again, you could just buy a case that holds them properly, and then that wouldn't be a problem. So next, let's take a look at the shapes of the highlighters. So you can see there's a pretty similar package design between them. One very notable difference is there's no writing on the back of the ones from DAISO, whereas the Zebra Mildliners have a bit more information as well as the copyright license and barcode and stuff. This one is just plain. But besides that, it kind of has the same aesthetic going on, you know? It's not really a huge difference in the packaging. Now, one of the things I'm the most interested to test for is how do they look when you write with them. So I have my paper here, and we're just gonna test out both sides. So we'll do the Zebra here, and we'll do the DAISO here. Wow. I drew them a bit closer to make the comparison easier, so I'm just going to put a D there for DAISO, but wow, okay, they're actually a lot more similar than I expected them to be. I thought that the ones that were from DAISO would maybe be a bit more fluorescent, maybe more like the highlighters you can usually buy at Walmart and stuff, but no, those colors are almost, I think they're actually completely identical. That is crazy. Okay, I was not expecting them to be that similar. The next test, which is going to be physically painful for me, is going to be the ink bleed test. So I want to see how well the highlighters do when they're drawn on top of ink or under ink. While we wait for that to dry, I'm gonna see if I can write on top of the highlighter. Because usually I hate getting the tips of the highlighters dirty, so when I'm taking notes, I draw with the highlighter first and then I write with ink on top of that. Alright, so the highlighters did have the same result when I wrote on top of the ink. There was no difficulty writing over one or the other. I think that might be more of a problem if you're using gel highlighters. You can't really write on top of that. But with these sort of water-based highlighters, it's not really a problem. But I think this is dry now, so here's the moment of truth. I'm just gonna wipe the black ink off on the side. Okay, so I think both highlighters performed pretty much the same on that test as well. We can also look at the side here where I cleaned them off. And I think the most black ink came from the Zebra Mildliners actually. You can see there's a little bit in the pink, orange, and yellow, and absolutely no ink from the DAISO ones. That's really interesting. And here, again, you can see just how similar those colors are. They look exactly the same. So now that we know how they perform with ink, the last thing I want to do is just test out these colors as well. Maybe the pastel colors were super similar, but there might be some discrepancies between these two. So I'm going to start with the Zebra Mildliners, and I'm just going to do the same little test again. Once again, the similarity is crazy. I think the Zebra Mildliners are like a little bit more pale, just a little bit more pale and less vibrant than the DAISO ones, but honestly, it's not like a $9 price difference worthy. It's not worth the price difference. It's like turning the vibrance up like 0.0001%. I'm genuinely really surprised. I knew that these looked similar, but I had no idea that they were going to be so similar to the Zebra Mildliners. So I guess to conclude this video, if you do have a DAISO store near you, I highly recommend getting the fluorescent markers. They're pretty much the exact same thing as the more expensive counterparts, and they're a lot cheaper, so that's actually a really great deal. I'm so happy that I got these. Oh, I just realized something. These are not double-sided, so there's a big difference right there. Zebra Mildliners, you can take off the cap at the bottom, and you have like a thinner pen to write with, whereas these ones do not have that. So I guess that this little cap here is where the extra $9 go. I guess if you really want to write like your titles and stuff with this end, you would still have to get the Mildliners for that. But other than that, these are a really good bet if you're looking for something a bit cheaper. If you find any more stationery items that are really similar to more expensive brands that you think would be cool to compare, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would love to see your recommendations. Also, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it, and also subscribe so you never miss another video like this one. I will see you all again really soon, and thank you so much for watching. Bye everybody!